to another episode of Conspiracy Update. Tonight, we're going to talk about friendship, but more specifically, the friendship between two very powerful, very famous, and very influential couples. Can you guess? No, we're talking about Jay-Z, Beyonce, Barack, and Michelle. It's no secret that these two have become BFFs lately, but the real question is why? Out of all the black people in the world, the Obamas choose Jay-Z and Beyonce to become associated with. There must be ulterior motives for their relationship. Let's examine the situation. The 2012 election was a difficult one for Obama. He was at risk of losing the country, but most importantly, he was at risk of losing to this man. That's right. Republican Willard Mitt Romney. In order to prevent this horrible tragedy from occurring, Barack had no choice but to turn to anyone who could ensure his victory, even if that meant calling upon the services of a rapper from Brooklyn who degrades women, curses, and encourages drug use. On September the 18th, 2012, the Carters hosted a star-studded presidential fundraiser at Jay-Z's 40/40 Club in Manhattan. With tickets starting at a whopping $40,000, the 100-person event raised over $4 million. That's right, $4 million US dollars for Barack's campaign. If that wasn't enough, Jay-Z was seen popping up all over the country at various Obama support rallies, while Beyonce was blowing up Instagram in all of the latest Obama support gear. On November the 6th, it looked like all of Jay-Z and Beyonce's hard work had paid off. Barack Obama was re-elected for another term at the White House. Mr. and Mrs. Carter even graced us with their presence at the president's inauguration, with Beyonce belting out her version of the national anthem. Barack had won, thanks to the Carters, but now it was time for him to return the favor. April 4th, 2013 marked 5 years since Beyonce and Jay-Z first said "I do." And to celebrate their anniversary, they decided to visit Cuba. That's right, the communist nation. The only country in the world that U.S. citizens cannot freely visit. But looks like Jay-Z and Beyonce can, thanks to their presidential connection. The government has implemented strict regulations regarding travel to Cuba, and approval is only given to those with educational or humanitarian intentions. So how did Jay-Z and Beyonce get clearance for a trip that was clearly just an anniversary vacation?
It's hard to believe that such a megastar couple, whose names are so known, who were so close to this administration, so close to them during the campaign, they went out there, they created the headlines, they raised the cash, they partied with the president, they sang at the inauguration, they were at all of the bashes. It's kind of hard to believe that their names just didn't raise any flags through the White House or the...
Hey, they partied with the president. They helped him win. He must have had something to do with their mysterious educational/vacational trip to Cuba, right?
Are you saying that the president did not have a conversation with Jay-Z?
I'm absolutely saying that the White House, from the president on down, had nothing to do with anybody's travel to Cuba.
Jay-Z even credits their trip to Obama in his song lyrics.
Boy from the hood forgot White House clamors. Sorry, y'all, I don't agree with y'all parents.
Since the couple cited educational purposes as their reasoning for going on the trip, you would think that they would spend the majority of their time speaking out against communism or advocating free speech. But instead, we see an awful large amount of pictures of them in the city with their entourage, not doing any speaking, not doing any educating, just wandering around, being celebrities and just being awesome people.
If everything were hunky-dory in Cuba, nobody would get upset, but I am upset because things are not fine, and these exchanges are to be helping the Cuban people be independent of the regime. I don't know how that trip helped the Cuban people at all.
Jay Carney also stated that the Treasury Department exclusively handled Jay-Z and Beyonce's travel visa, removing all responsibility from the White House.
The Treasury told Politico that they were the ones who had authorized, provide the clearance, but that they had no idea that it would be this couple who'd be attending. Apparently, they gave some clearance to the group that they're with. Right.
Who would have the power to tell the Treasury Department to overlook a certain couple's names? A certain couple who helped him win the presidential election. Yeah, he certainly can. And he did. You might wonder, why did Jay-Z even want to go to Cuba in the first place? Weren't there plenty of other islands that were available? Why this particular one?
Wanna give me jail time in the fine? Fine, let me commit a real crime. I might buy a kilo for cheap keef. Out of spite, I just might flood these streets.
Let's take a look at this lyric. A kilo is a slang term for the drug cocaine, and Chief Keef is referring to a fellow rapper who is currently serving a prison sentence. So from this lyric, we can see that Jay-Z's real intentions for going to Cuba were to buy drugs for a friend, not to vacation with his wife, not for educational purposes, simply for his own personal use, abusing his relationship with the president in order to further his drug habit and those of his friends.
Well, I think that just about covers it.
In the words of our president, my expectation is if you want to be president, you've got to work for everybody, not just for some. That's right, Mr. Obama. You have to work for everybody, including Jay-Z and Beyonce. But who's next?